Popsicle, popsicle. Why is this always this hard? Alright, I think I'm alive on both YouTube and TikTok at the same time. I'm trying to do it on both phones, so we'll have it there. If you want to come in and tell a joke, you can go to Tim Loss 87 on TikTok, and you can come up here and tell me your joke. If you're on the YouTube, so I got 13 people watching on YouTube, so you can write your comments in the below, or you can come over here on TikTok. Currently, I'm on tour, the Wreath of Love tour. I'll tell some awesome stories about life on the road if you would like. But people on the YouTubes already know I got almost 3,000 fans on the YouTubes coming in. On the Snap Tubes, thank you for coming in, saying hello. Smashing that like button or whatever you youngins do, whatever you poodle hairs do. I am currently on tour. I think we're up to 5 or 6 states. This is my April through May. I get to perform at a correctional facility. Yeah. Stand up comedy in jail. That's pretty rad. I'll tell some nice, rad comic stories while we're waiting for people to maybe come up and tell us some jokes. I recently did a show in Monrovia, Indiana that didn't do too well. I think they were expecting a different comedy show. I'm a bar comic. I tell it how it is. I say some cuss words. It's okay. We'll get through it, you know? I think they were expecting some guy with puppets. And it was a packed place. It just got weird quickly. I had a heckler. I tried to be nice and shut him down. See, that's the thing a lot of people don't know about bar comedy. Is like in bar comedy, it's different than if you were in a club. If you're in a club and someone's heckling or getting mad, someone will escort them out. In a bar, you just deal with it. No one's getting rid of Todd. Todd basically lives here. So, like, you have to shut him down. What I tend to do is try to be self deprecating first and make fun of myself, then go in on him. But I was doing this for like a few minutes, and then he started just getting mouthy back. Then he said something about my wife that was pretty disrespectful. So I think I told him he didn't have gray in his beard. It was stained white from male semen. And that's when he got mad. I think that's the part where he got mad. Rightfully so, but he had many times to be warned before I had to shut him down old school style. So, if we don't get any more traction, I think I might just go to Facebook. TikTok is not, I mean, go to strictly on YouTube. No, TikTok ain't really giving me anything, and I'm getting more views from my fans on the YouTube Snap Tubes. So, yeah, he went home. He was walking out the door, and I told him, quick, someone gas up the lawnmower. He needs to get home because I'm sure he's got a DUI, making jokes like that. Well, that made another table upset. They told me, stop talking about it, just do jokes, that's what the whole fucking time I was doing. So I called him, because he was wearing a flannel sweatshirt, I called him Timu Fast and Loud, which is a TV show. I told him someone give him a carburetor to work on. I was saying he was a handyman. Well, that was mean too. So I told him, why don't you buy him another necklace from a gas station? Because it looked like he had a cheap necklace on. Well, that offended him. So I waited about 40 seconds and then did 45 minutes more of my comedy because I had to get paid. Just because I dislike you, I can't leave. I got to get paid. So I did 45 minutes of unenthusiastic comedy, got paid, and while I was getting paid, they were wanting to fight me. They're like, oh, let me see your bank account. You want to go outside? I was like, yeah, I want to go outside and go home. Like, that's the point of me going outside, is to leave. But, yeah, that was the last one. They had to the venue put apology out. And you can actually read that apology and buy it on a t-shirt, because I'm selling a t-shirt right now. But I'm a bar comic, man. Like, sometimes I can do puppet comedy. I can do kid comedy. I could do PG comedy. You just got to tell me before I show up. If I send you my video and it's elbow deep offensive radar material and I show up 5 minutes before showtime and you're telling me we got kids present, who messed up? It wasn't me. It was you. The person that booked me. So, it's one of those weird situations. I'll be right back. I gotta get a charger. Yeah, we're live on the YouTubes and the Snap Talks. I better get you charging now before it gets too late. Hey, can you salute me? It's my B-day. Well, happy birthday, brother. I don't do Elon salutes, but I'll say God bless you and happy birthday to you. We were live on TikTok for a little bit, but not no more. I do better on YouTube anyways, apparently. So yeah, I did one show like Road Dog Stories. Everyone wants to hear like bad shows. I've done my fair share of bad ones. I have. I have. I think I need to clean this floor. Get scrubbed down. It's such a big house. I have for like middle class, like these fucking light switches and shit. I'm trying to work on a Dollar General bit. I got a new Dollar General bit I'm trying to work on a lot. And some new toddler stuff. Bits about my 3-year-old daughter. I'll be doing, as you see there, May 23rd, I'll be doing a correctional facility, prison. That's gonna be fun. You know, you I'm not trying to be glib, but you do so many you do so many shows. You don't remember them as much anymore. So, I'll be a part of the Route 66 Festival May 3rd. That's pretty cool. So I got some big things coming then. Shows wise, have been bad. I did one show where there was a high-speed car chase, and then the cops showed up and took the liquor license from the place. That was fucking wild. But yeah. That was you. That wasn't me. That was you. That was rude. Been stand-up comedy 11 years, mostly Midwest. I've done mostly all and seen it all. If you have questions about comedy, you can type in the chat below. If you want to tell a joke, you can tell a joke too. But for the most part, I'm just chilling out. Tell you old comedy stories. I once had a comic take a bunch of LSD and decide to do a set. Don't do that. That turned out bad for everybody. True, I was booking a comic from Canada in the venue. We were having trouble with getting his work visa to get him across the border. And the venue actually looked at me and said, "Hey, do you think you can maybe smuggle him across the border?" When I replied, "No. What are, I'm a comedian. You came to my trailer in the trailer park. I'm sorry, did I give you the impression I was Tom fucking Cruise here?" Yeah, I literally had a venue owner. Like, "Can you, I don't know, underground railroad a fucking a Canadian comedian down here? Like, that's a thing?" Wildest request in the world. Wildest. That was actually one of the cast member of the Trailer Park Boys. Sam the Caveman Losco was coming down here, and he was having maybe some visa issues or border issues he was talking to me about. So I told the venue, and the venue was like, well, can't you just go up there and smuggle them? What? Can I go up there and commit international crime? No. I got an ankle monitor on now for my domestic crime. What do you mean traveling? So no, that was a weird one. That turned out to be one of the worst shows ever. By the way, that was one of the worst shows ever, and it had nothing to do with Sam. It was everything about the venue and shit like that. So I had one. It was a rough show at an American Legion. It's rough. No one's really liking it, but you know, you gotta do your time. The last comic is 5'2". Kind of looks like a punk rocker. He's a bouncer. His job is a bouncer, and when he's not bouncing, he's an MMA fighter. So he has a little bit of a temper. He decides to take maybe some things that alter your perception of reality that may make you hallucinate and do 30 minutes of comedy. Well, it wasn't going so good halfway through, and a guy was heckling him, so he told him to call his friends because after the show, he was going to engage in the old-fashioned game of street boxing with him, in layman's terms. And the buddy did. So after the show and the comic went out there was a bunch of people waiting, a high-speed car chase later. It got wild. The funny part about it, he was my ride home. So I had to get a ride home from someone else that night. I've gotten many. I used to get Will Smith before Will Smith got Will Smith. You know, I guess I was raised in comedy 10 years ago. 10 years ago doesn't seem that long ago, but 10 years ago, comedy was a different world. And we all did different rules. So I was raised on the old school. If someone's heckling, shut them down quick and hard. If, you know, do your set, don't cater to the crowd, be you. Some of the things that don't really flow nowadays. So, but as you see, my next show is April 18th in Murfreesboro, Illinois. Then I'm going to Richmond, Indiana for the Firehouse, Slow Time Bar and Grill, Cloverport, Kentucky. Alley Anna's in Dwight, Illinois for the Route 66 Festival. The High Street Bar and Grill in Wingate, Indiana. A Thursday show at Malding Sports Bar in Woodhill, Illinois. And then unless you did something bad now until May, you won't see me at the Taylorville Correctional Facility because that's for the prison. And then I finish out May in Mattoon, Illinois at the Cisco's Bar. Go Mad Gassers. A little fun trivia about Mattoon, Illinois. That's where the original Burger King is located, not the franchise that, you know, some guy made his own little shop called Burger King before Burger King did. It's actually a historic copyright case that if you're a nerd, you can look more into it. Basically, Burger King, the OG Burger King in Mattoon gets to keep the name, and no Burger King can be around in certain miles, but the other Burger King gets to keep its name too. It's a landmark case in copyright. So. you do like this, I do have full length sets up here, and I got tons of reels. So I appreciate you coming through.